What's going on, family? How you guys doing? This is Larry Brown Jr. Late night video session. I just have to get this out because I want to help somebody, right? So if you've seen my previous video, if you haven't, you should go back and watch it. The video where I talked about how did I change my life. I did 4 years and 2 months in prison. And not just 4 years and 2 months in prison. All the time I've lived that reckless life I lived up until I eventually went to prison. I went to jails, I went to detention centers, I went to boot camps, I went to juvenile facilities, all the different things that most criminals, bad criminals, because I had to be a bad criminal, I kept getting caught, went through. Now, that video was about how did I change my life. Now I want to talk to you today, as the title says, how did I get a job? How did I go from convict to corporate America? I'm in corporate America. I am an operations manager at a company, and I'm doing pretty well financially. I'm okay, right? Listen, and I'm going to give you 4 points. I want you to take these down, okay? I want you to take these down, and if you can take these down, I'm guaranteeing if you can stay the course, you will eventually turn your situation around. All right. So number one is commitment. You have to be committed to doing what's right. Point blank, period. It can't be any loopholes. You can't be when times get hard, you decide you're going to go back to your old friends. You can't decide that I'm going to go back to my old neighborhood, the old hood. I can't decide I'm going to go back. Whatever I need to do, I'm going to have to do it because I am committed to actually not breaking the law anymore. I'm committed. You hear what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care. And it starts inside of the joint, guys. So if I know, unfortunately, a lot of the guys who are inside of the joint may not get a chance to see this video. But if you have some way to share it with them and show them, the commitment begins inside of the joint while you're doing your bid. I became committed once I was inside. When I got inside, as I spoke to, I had that about face moment inside the joint. And that did it for me. It changed everything for me. And I was committed from that point on to change my life, change the direction of my life. Okay. And that was it. And whatever I had to do, just the same way I was committed to breaking the law and doing whatever I had to do to make sure I made money. And regardless by hook or by crook, I did it. So I took that same commitment to the street, that same desire, that same hustle, that same grind, and I switched it and I put it towards something else. Okay? Commitment is number one. If you're not committed, you're going to flop. Soon as hard times hit, you're going to give up. So number one, it starts while you're doing the time. It starts before you get out. It starts as soon as you change your mind. A made up mind ain't no joke. All right. So number two, humility. A lot of us who made money, when we get out on the street, we don't have that money anymore. A lot of our friends left us, our girlfriends left us. We don't have the cars we had. We don't have the clothes we had. We don't have the connections we had. So we get back on the street like myself. I was making money before I failed. And I went into the joint. I had money. I had a nice high-paid lawyer. I had money on my books. I wasn't struggling. I was doing fine, okay? But when I got out, I was too big for my clothes. I had put on so much weight. Only thing I had really I could wear was my shoes. I didn't have anything. So I had to be willing to wear too small clothes. Yes, I did. My sisters helped me. Family gave me money. And my dad gave me money. I was able to pick up me some underwear. The things that you need, because once you gone, you lose everything. I had great friends who saved a lot of my stuff for me. Great people. Understood. And they saved as much as they could for me and stacked up what they could for me. And when I got out, and I thank these people, at least I had some clothes to put on my back. And every time I've been away for a long period of time, I've always had somebody that will keep my stuff for me somewhere, because I always treated people fairly. So number two is humility, guys. When you touch down, it's going to be tough, and you're going to have to be willing to wear think about it. I'm wearing old FUBU jerseys when I got out. You understand? I fell in 2000 and FUBU jerseys was, 99 and all that. They was big. So when I went, that was a big thing. So I get out, I got to wear what I have. My pants too tight. I had to unbutton them up under my long shirt. So I wore a long shirt down and I put a belt on and I wore these pants that was too tight, but I had to keep them unbuttoned as long as the zipper can come up, and then I put a belt around them and a long shirt down. So when no one know I had on too tight pants. And that was what it was. It was hurtful at times, but I was committed. Number one. Number two, I knew I had to go through some stuff to get my life back together. Number three, relationships. These are more important. These are the people that you get out and you prove and you show them that, my life has changed. And new relationships are really good. finding new people. People can help you. And that's how I have made it really, really true. I was committed. I was serious. I wasn't going back to that life. I was humble. I was willing to be the whatever, as long as I can make it. But then I was meeting people. I was meeting the right people, the people who can plug me in, the people who can point me in a different direction. When I got out, I hooked up with this temp agency, and I don't even know if they still around, but I went into that temp agency and I made everybody my friend, and I went out on the jobs and I bust my butt. My greatest advocate was my work ethic. It wasn't the people on the job. It was my work ethic. My work ethic spoke for me. Those people were sending me letters, sending letters to the temp agency, calling the temp agency. If you got 15 more Larry, send them out here. They was fighting over me on a job site one time. The different people who was the full-time people, the higher up people was like, no, we want Larry to come work. No, he need to come work for me. And I finally ended up in one spot, but it was a temporary assignment because, you know, the fluctuations of business and up and down. So I eventually left there and started working at my great friend, Dennis Mitchell. That's a good guy. He got a barbershop in Decatur called Clippers. And I want to just shout him out right now. That man helped me. That man gave me a job when I had hit a wall. And I had, fortunate enough, picked up barbering skills and my barber's license, and he let me come work. And, you know, it was a blessing. Dennis, thank you, man. If you see this video, I appreciate you. I don't care what anybody else do. Nobody else appreciates you. Thank you, man. You helped me so much. So finally, so relationships, listen, maximize on every opportunity. Every opportunity. You have to take them and you have to maximize on them. That was the struggle, right? So when you first getting out, you know, you're lost. You're just coming into a world. You know, when I first got out, when I went away, cell phones, they had cell phones, but it wasn't as big as it was when I got out, right? Everybody got cell phones. So now I'm lost in this world. I get me a cell phone. I get my money up and I get me a job. And I started doing whatever they needed me to do. If they needed me to clean toilets, they needed me to dump trash, they needed me to paint, whatever they needed me to do, I would do it. How many hours they needed me to work, I would do it. I was exhausted, but I was committed. And that was the first thing I needed to have. The relationships that I actually developed. Now, I want you guys to understand this. You go and create relationships, and these people are vouch for you, but you cannot let them down. You cannot get complacent and get comfortable. You have to understand that you have an asterisk by your name. So you're going to have to prove to society that you are willing to work your butt off, that you are willing to be accepted. It's not society's place to just accept us back. Remember, we broke the law, guys. We became the ostracized people. We did it to ourselves. So if you understand that point first and foremost, then it's not society's place to say, welcome back. They don't trust us. You understand? If you stole, you got to understand why people won't give you a job, because they don't trust you. You have to work to change the narrative about your life. That is your responsibility. So any opportunity that's provided to you through relationships, you have to maximize on them. You have to work your butt off. You have to show them they can leave the money around you. They can leave supplies around you. They can leave equipment around you, whatever. Nothing will walk away. I will show up on time. I will stay late. I will work the extra hours. Whatever you need me to do, sir or ma'am, I am your go-to. And it's hard, but you have to understand this. You got to understand this. If you are committed, number one, you're going to have to climb up a hill to get to the mountaintop. You are not going to be given the mountaintop. You're not going to be inherit the mountaintop. You're going to have to work your way up to it. All right. Even if you start in your own business, it's double time. It's double hard because people, they don't know you. And if they want to research you, they're not just going to give you a corporate contract, and they want to find out about you. You understand? You got to go get insurance. I remember trying to purchase me a house, and it came up that I was a convicted felon. Like, I was like, why did that have to do with anything? But it just came up, and they looked at me different. But then I had to understand that was my fault because I committed the crimes. I broke the law. I ostracized myself from society. So it was my job to accept what came with it and work to overturn it. So that was back in, I was released from prison in 2004, and it's going on 2020. No trouble, no convictions, no nothing. I think I've done a pretty good job. 16 years straight, no problems, no nothing. And I'm going in 20, 30 years, and it's far behind me now. And my work ethic and my history now speaks for itself. I don't have to, be the bottom of the barrel boy anymore. I don't have to do that. But that's what I did when I first got out. So let's recap. Got to be committed. While you in, commit thyself. You have to commit yourself. You have to say, you know what? I don't care what I need to do. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life in prison, in and out of jail. Commit yourself to that life and do it while you in. If you can happen to see this video, or if you're going to prison, commit yourself. Point blank period. Number 2, humility. Humility. You have to be humble, guys. You're going to have to be humble. You're not going to come out and get a $30,000 a year job. You're not. You're going to have to work for $15,000. Then you have to build it up. It's hard, but it's fair. You know why it's fair? Because we did it to ourselves. We did it to ourselves. I'm not talking about anybody who was wrongly accused. No, I'm talking about us, the guys who woke up every morning and broke the law because we either liked it, we benefited from it, or whatever reason. All right? So you got to be humble. Number 3, relationships. Make relationships with people. People can help you. People are the gateway. Don't try to do it all alone. People are your gateway, my friend. Make them trust you. Make them believe in you. Make them support you. Make them love you. And they will open up the door to opportunities. All these people, you have to show them. And don't be upset when you find out they don't trust you. Rightfully so. You understand what I'm saying? So make relationships. And finally, you got to maximize on every opportunity presented to you by the relationships that you make and the people you know. All right? It's Larry, man. I did it. You could do it too. And I'm doing it every single day. Every single day I'm doing it. For so long, I didn't want to really speak to this because I don't want to share that part of me, but I need to help you. The only way I can be impactful in this world is to help you. So my brother, my sister, either if you're just getting out and you see this, these are the tips, the things that I use to help me get my life in order and get my life back on the right track. And with the grace of God, that was a big thing too. And I want to tell you this: don't give up, y'all. Yeah, I know it get hard, but do not give up. The no's sometimes hurt. Sometimes you'll work a job and they find out, you go on and don't mention it, and then after 3 months they come back and let you go. It hurts. Sometimes you like the white elephant, though. The white giraffe. Everybody looking at you. Yeah, that's him. You know what I mean? I remember when my background check came back one time, they were like, but at that time, I had worked so much, and my boss was like, please let me keep him. You know what I mean? So I'm gone, family. I appreciate you. I hope it helps. It's Larry, man. I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Peace.